Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here with another episode of Mini Mondays. Yes, I love Mini Mondays. We have so much fun coming up with 3-inch patterns finished inch patterns for you. And today we're doing boats. Now we have 4 different boats for you here on this PDF. And this PDF is going to be in our show notes. It's so important you get into those show notes because everything I'm going to talk about next is in those show notes. So I've been asked to try and do this a little shorter. So yes, we're going to do this a little shorter. So first off, I'm asking you to share, like, and subscribe these videos and this channel with your quilting friends and buddies. We'd be happy to bring on new subscribers, and hopefully they'll like this content. That'll be great. Also, making comments, hitting the bell, making comments, and doing the thumbs up on the YouTube channel. That also helps our analytics. Commenting is more important than the thumbs up and the bell, but that's also helping us too. We have a Facebook group, and we're having so much fun in there. And if you're part of the Facebook community, come on in and join us. It's called Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I speak for free over Zoom to quilting groups and quilting guilds. And if you want to send me an email or a private message on your Facebook, the email address is under the About tab on the YouTube channel. So if you're interested in booking a free speaking engagement, I'd be happy to do that for you. Also, if you have a shout out or you find a new channel that is just starting out, or somebody you think, wow, they really do need a little boost up, also email me or private message me with their link. Please do the link, because sometimes I have a hard time finding stuff. So please send the link along with that. Just copy paste it into the email or Facebook message. Also, I'm working on spring fling with strings. It's going to be one of those days where I can't say that. Oh my gosh. And it's the end of February when we're working on it. And I'm using up a lot of strings. Now, that one's coming out sometime in April. So I'm not sure when this will drop, but we're filming at the end of February. So it's going to be a fun another mystery sew-along. And it's a great one to use up your strings and crumbs. So it's been a lot of fun sewing that one, but there's a lot more to go. So and right after that, we're going to try and do a little bit more other content, and then we're going to do Quilt Bingo, which is a skill builder. So this is kind of what's coming up on Wednesdays. Also, we have Zoom sew dates in those show notes, so this is so important you get in there. If you want to join the Zoom sew dates, you can. It's usually first Saturday, and all the dates are listed there, and hopefully soon all the dates are listed there from now until the end of December. Also, yeah, I think that's it. That's it, isn't it? Yes, it is. So come on in. Let's get to the sewing of boats. Okay, we're at the sewing machine, and guess what we forgot to do, guys? We forgot to do a shout out. Oh my gosh. So Matty from M A Couture Couture Crafting, that was our shout out. I'm so sorry, Matty, that I forgot to give you a shout out right away, but I know life happens. So this is boats. So you have 4 different boats here. So we're going to pick the quickest, fastest, simplest one. And where are my paper scissors? And it's just a cute, fun little one to do. If you had a boating enthusiast, this would be adorable. And you could play around with all sorts of colors and, backgrounds and whatnot. So that's always a lot of fun. When you have something more versatile, a block that's a little more versatile. So what you're going to need is a rotary cutter. You're going to be marking your lines with your tracing wheel, and it creates little bumps. I hope you guys can see it, so you can see your pattern from both sides. Add a quarter ruler is fun little thing to have. Not necessarily, it just makes it quicker trimming, because you do have a 1/4 inch marks on your regular ruler. You need some fabric, and tape is your friend, especially when you start messing up stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a low volume. We're going to start with white sails. And I'm going to do, I'm going to do a pink sky. So I'm going to put on, I gotta find a big piece of pink for this, because pink is so much fun. Ooh, we have this. we have this, and there's lots of it, and it's got butterflies and all sorts of silliness. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I have this kind of fabric, so we're going to play with this and just have a great time. So let's see, no, that's the right side, the wrong side, that's the right side. Okay, so you just want to lay this down so it's a 1/4 inch past everything on the line you're sewing is this, right? So you want to lay it down, and this is why it's so neat to have that 1/4 inch marked. Now, what you're going to do is, because you have a great big area here, and it's kind of a weird area, I'm just going to put this like so, and I'm going to sew it. Now, I probably can get quite a few pieces out of this great big chunk of pink, but you know how sometimes when you're sailing, the sky is kind of a pinky hue? Well, this is what we're doing here with this one. Okay, now I sew from the outer edge, and I go a 1/4 inch past. I have a sharp needle, and my stitches are 25 to 30 stitches an inch. I'm not sure what that is on a modern machine because I'm sewing on a 301A. So, but they, you know, shorten your stitch length, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, yeah, this is just could be just a fun little thing that creates a fun little motif. Okay, so I'm going to get this off. All right, okay. Okay. So now I put this back, I fold it back just like so. Okay, now I want to put the same pink fabric on number 3. So I'm just going to pull this back just a hair. Just a hair. Oops, I'm going to move my... There we go. Yeah, I shouldn't have cut the paper with it, but well, anyways. So now I'm going to do 3. So I want to trim the white one off first, because the white has to be trimmed first. So I'm just going to trim off this bit here. And I think that's the only white I use. Yeah, it is. So the white is gone. Out of my way. Because there's so much of it. Okay, so now we're going to put this piece just like so. Is that the right side or the wrong side? Wrong side. Okay. So now we're going to put this piece just like so. Right? So here we go. Now, oops, where did it go? It fell? No, it didn't fall. Okay. Sorry. There we go. We're going to start from the outer edge and work our way in. And we're going to go 1/4 inch past, right? And up and down the same spot. On my machine, I just hold that. Some of your modern machines have a knot feature. And that's kind of a good idea too, right? You know, that you knot your work a little bit. Now, this gets pushed out, just like so. And so you have a little pink hue on a white sail. Now I'm going to just cut this pink off, because I don't need that much. Okay, so next one up is number 4. And I'm just going to tip this over. And there we go. I should probably went with a bigger, like a fun, darker sail, but oh well. Too late now. Too late now. Now I got it copper, so it's like a metal boat. I just picked that one up. I just thought that one's fun. That's a fun color to throw in. There we go. I might... Okay. There we go. Now, go right across. There. Okay, now, here we go. We'll push this one down. And we got to get the little sides because the sky is going to peek through. So we do 5 and 6. And I'm going to trim them both at the same time because I can. And they're just smaller pieces that I don't need great big pieces. So that's fine. Do them at the same time. You've got your rotary cutter in hand and you've got your ruler. You know, it's not like you have to do other things. Okay, so 5 gets sewn on first. And I'm just going to use this piece that I pulled off. I'm just going to put it on and under, just like so. And go 1/4 inch past. Okay. There we go. Now size 6. There. We have good coverage there. Now you would be ironing all of this in between, right? So you would see it, you know, better. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, there's a big mess. There we go. Okay. So now, the only thing we've got left to do now is to make the ocean. There we go, just like that. There. I'm saving this piece, and the ocean is going to be a floral. Because it works. Floral works. The floral works. So we put it down, and we just have a little bit of pink happening here, and you know, it's kind of a tealy, bluey green, so that's okay. That can go. It might not be the most fun block or the prettiest block ever, but it works. Now, okay, now we're going to look at this, because I don't think I have enough contrast between my white sail and my pink boat, right? I don't know if you guys can see that, just like that. I could probably do some fancy stitching in here, you know, like, you could play around with it with, you know, embroidery, or you could color it. You could color it with those permanent markers, right? Like the only permanent marker I have right now that's within reach is black, and I don't think that would work, but it's a cute idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our stay stitching around the block first with stay stitching, and that usually gets everything lined up perfect. Stay stitching is such a good idea because you saw how the pink was cut, and it's you know, where's the bias? Where's the straight of grain? I mean, I just basically threw it on here, and I don't have to worry about it. But if I stay stitch it, the block will not distort as I'm sewing it with other blocks, right? So that's kind of the importance of stay stitching. And it does hold, it makes the fabric hold its shape. Now, so there we go. There's a stay stitching. So now I get, I didn't need the tape, so tape is our friend. It's such a good idea for friends. Tape is such a good idea. It holds all sorts of stuff together. Okay, there we go. Now, with this side, okay, here. So anyways, Maddie's having lots of fun over on her channel. She does some lovely stuff. And she goes to all sorts of fun quilt shows, and yeah, it's interesting. She has interesting stuff on her channel. So you guys go check her out. For sure. And don't forget to tell her Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Even though I forgot to give her a shout out at the beginning of the video. But, okay, so here we are. Let's flip this over. Okay, this is our big ta-da moment. There's a bit of green and pinks and whatnot in this background, but think of it as a, you know, like that pale pink the sky sometimes turns just before dusk. Okay, so this is it. Let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, here's my cute little boat. I think the future ones will have a better contrast between the white and the pale pink. I could have went like a medium pink and you would see a white sail. But because I picked pale, okay, everybody makes those mistakes. It's fine. Now, how to fix this, you can either take permanent marker and change the color of your sail, or you could do embroidery. Right? Like, I mean, you can change it up by doing embroidery too. That would work. And then it would also have texture to it, right? So, but yeah, I thought, okay, let's just have fun little, easy, beginner friendly. It's a beginner friendly block, this one. And so are the rest of them. They're just a little more complex as you go. When I have 4 of them, there's the easiest one, and then you move to the harder ones. So I got my spouse to print off like 10 pages, so I have a whole bunch of little boats that I can make. Now when I'm making a whole bunch at once, I stack them all the same, you know, like we're going to have red sails, because there's an old song called Red Sails in the Sunset or something. You know, so you have red sails, or you have blue sails, or green sails, or whatever. And then your background color, and then your boat color. So it just comes together very quickly, and you're assembling them on bulk. That's a key. As soon as you start getting better at this, you can do them on bulk. And you guys can probably figure out by now, at some point, I'm going to have enough 3.5 inch unfinished squares, or 3-inch finished squares, to make a charity quilt. And yes, that's what we're doing. So I hope you have an awesome week ahead, and life is very kind to you, and your 1/4 inch is perfect, and things are going great for you in your sewing room. So you guys stay well and take care until we meet each other again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey, and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life, and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life, and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.